Hello guys, Marcins here and welcome in another Photoshop tutorial. It's manipulation tutorial. I think it's very easy and simple. Something like emotional, maybe a little depressed manipulation. So in this tutorial I will teach you how to adjust two images and then how to make effect like this lightning effects, how to make colors and filters like this. So I hope you will be interested in. And for this manipulation I use only two images. The first is model image. It's VStock from DeviantArt. Of course I link her in the description. And the second image is pre-made background by Natalie First, also from DeviantArt, and I link it in the description. So at first I make the selection using pen tool. I select my model. I zoom it a little. And after that, click right and then make selection. And in rendering, set feather radius at 3 pixels. Then click selection tool, click right and click layer via copy. Okay, we get something like this. It's okay. But I think this image can be too large for my background, so I need to change image size to width 2500. Let's see. Then click move tool and drag it to our background. Okay, I think it looks pretty okay. The size is okay. If your edges aren't perfect, you can make a small correction using eraser tool. But I think I do it pretty okay. And now I don't want these colors. I want to add something like blue, yellow, dark color. So I need to desaturate these images. I need to make it black and white. So click this small icon and then click black and white. And okay, we get something like this. And now we need to add some colors, of course. So for this I use color balance. And in color balance, in midtones, I add about -40 for cyan and -20 for yellow. In highlights, also I add some cyan, but about -30, and yellow -20. And also I add some magenta, -10, and I think it looks nice on this image. And at the end shadows. And at the end shadows I also add cyan at -30. And okay, I think my colors are quite good right now. Of course, if you want, you can set different settings for your color balance, whatever you want. Of course, you can add some shadow, but I think it isn't necessary on this image. But now I want to use burn tool. So create new layer above the model layer, then go to edit, fill, and content, set use 50% gray and OK. Change blend mode to overlay. Then click of course burn tool. You can change exposure if you want and burn your edges. Also, you can create new layer and add some color black using regular brush tool. But make it under your model layer. And of course you can change opacity because it can be too strong. I think for 70% is quite okay. Maybe even 60%. Okay, now I decided to add some Dutch tool here and here. Yes. Okay. Now I'm back to my background because I want to add some lightning effects and duplicate my background layer. Then I make this a little smaller. Go to filter, render and lightning effects, and I add some lights to my background. I change intensity to 30 or 25 because it's too strong. Here I have my settings. A hotspot is this small ring. Of course you can change the position of your lights. Ambience is, as you see here, you have your ambience. I think the 30 is okay. Colorize is the color of your lights. You can change exposure of this. I think about 40 is okay. And when you do this, click OK. And now I think the background looks much better. Then create new layer. Select color white. Of course, create new layer under your model layer. And select brush tool. And I use this, I'm not sure what it is, this grunge brush or something. I link it in the description, of course. And to load these brushes to your Photoshop, click this small icon, then click load brushes and find these brushes on your computer. So I use this brush, for example, and okay. If it's too strong, of course you can change opacity. I change my opacity to 80%. Then create a new layer above all these model layers. Select color black and white, just like me. Then go to Filter, Render, and click Clouds. Then click Image, Adjustments, and go to Levels. And using this top tools, and set similar settings like me, 150 in the first box, and in the second just 1. Okay. Then again go to Filter, Blur, and Motion Blur. Set angle about 70 or something like this, and of course you should be more than 1000 or about 1000, and okay. Now on this layer, change blend mode to screen, and as you see, we get something like this. We get the slides. I think it's a very interesting effect. I change my blend mode on this brush layer to 70. I think it's still too strong. And at the end, I want to cross this image a little, so go to Curves and do something like me. In RGB, a little down and a little up to increase the contrast. Then in channel blue, drag it up here and a little down, something like this. And okay, it's all. As you see, it's very simple, and the effect is very interesting. As I said, it's very emotional and maybe a little depressed, but I like this. But sometimes I like this type of manipulation, so hope you guys too. Well, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment, to leave your opinion, maybe some ideas for my next manipulation, and see you in the next Photoshop tutorial. Thank you.